My biggest guilty pleasure is Johnny English Reborn. I really enjoyed the first one when it came out a number of years ago, and I knew the sequel was going to be terrible, but I was going to see it anyway. And the third one came out, I think it was earlier this year, or last year. Haven't gotten a chance to see that yet, but I'm going to see it. It's going to be awful, and I'm going to love every second of it.
My favorite guilty pleasure movie is The Great Gatsby from Baz Luhrmann, because Baz Luhrmann knows what's up. He transcends cinema. Go back and watch The Great Gatsby, and I promise you, you will love it beyond the scene where it's just a little party never killed nobody. There's a lot going on in that film, and it's underappreciated, and I feel like Baz Luhrmann knows what's up.
The Princess Switch on Netflix. It's a very bad movie. There are no problems at all. If there is a problem, it's resolved immediately. Vanessa Hudgens is a twin of herself, who is a princess. Again, it's a great movie. No problems at all. Also very bad.
My biggest guilty pleasure of the decade was Child's Play, the reboot. I thoroughly enjoyed how they refit the movie or the story within today's times. I get a little bit iffy when it comes to child actors because I know they're going to tone it down some way. So when it comes to horror movies starring child actors, I got a little worried, but I was very pleasantly surprised. The kills were very dramatic, very entertaining without being too over the top and gory, so I loved it.
My favorite guilty pleasure movie of the decade would be Man of Steel. Man of Steel is a very divisive movie. I understand. I get it. Having said that, I think you're all nuts. I think it's a masterpiece.
I have two. The first one is Frozen. Even though I worked at the Disney store during when that movie came out, and I probably heard it 1,000 times a day, every day for 3 years, I still just, it's such a good song and such a good movie.
My biggest guilty pleasure movie would have to be Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. I did really enjoy Anchorman 1. Revisiting Anchorman 1, you know, it's not quite as funny as I remember it, so I just call it a guilty pleasure because it was something that I went to the theater to see because I thought it would be funny again. And I think the sequel did what it had to do. It was about as good as the first one.
The Night Before. To me, it is a new Christmas classic in my household. There is a sequence with Miley Cyrus that makes me belly laugh.
My second one is Jersey Boys, the Four Seasons, Frankie Valli. It's just the music, it just makes me feel good, so.
Biggest guilty pleasure of the decade has to go to Transformers Age of Extinction. I love that movie, all right? Everyone hates it. I guess they have an issue with Mark Wahlberg. There's one scene where like they crash a ship or something, and then he gets a Bud Light out and he breaks it open off of parts of the ship, and I'm like, damn, this movie is perfect.
I don't believe in guilty pleasures. I feel no shame for anything that I love.